Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome back to 8 Bulls Super Speedway as we're getting set for the regular season finale for the Winston Cup Series. We were supposed to be at Mansfield, but that plan fell pretty badly, if you ask me. And of course, there was a lot of wrecking. Every time I lowered the AI for the Winston Cup cars, it kept having caution after caution. I just didn't want to provide a wreck filled race. Easy for me to say. So instead, we're back here at 8 Bull, and we saw a very good race here in the Busch Series yesterday. We'll see on this last opportunity for drivers that have not been to victory lane to get a win, like Betty Johnson, who's sixth in the points, alongside of Brad Lewis, who jumped up 6 spots to 33rd in the points after his win last week at Texas. Mia Watson, row number 2, 34th in the points table. And alongside is Riley Anderson in the 6th. She is 18th in the points. She's one of those drivers. A win for her would put her in the playoffs here today. As you look at the rest of the starting lineup, let's get these cars rolling. And the points are as follows. J TwoTwo is the points leader by 16 points over Cody Smart. B Tennyson is third in the standings, 31 points back, 45 back Josephine Bouvier in fourth. A Crenshaw is fifth. Sixth is Betty Johnson, Monica Townsend, E Aurora, Jessica Miller, and Tatum Wright, your top 10. First time we're back here at 8 Bull since the spring race, believe it or not. And the winner that day was, I believe, I'll have to look up through who won this race. I believe it was Cody Smart, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to go check the results. As here we come, green flags in the air. We're racing at 8 Bull. As I'm going to check here to see who was our winner last time we were here at 8 Bull. And I was correct. It was Cody Smart. So Cody looking to sweep here at 8 Bull. Probably a good idea to not do a regular season finale on a short track. Johnson leads the first lap. Ben Tennyson leads this race. Tennyson already in the playoffs, so no need for him to win this race unless he wants to, just to get some more playoff points to build himself a nice little cushion when we have the reformatted playoff standings coming up after today's race. Betty Johnson, back to second place she goes. She's another driver. A win for her would put her in the playoffs. And she is getting shuffled up the track. Betty Johnson, by the way, 17 points above the cut line. She's the only driver that would get in on points if we don't have a new winner. Excuse me. Couple of drivers outside the top 30 in the points that need a good run here today. Kevin Joseph, 2 points above the cut line as far as 30th in the standings is concerned. Todd Montgomery, 8 points above 30th. Hannah Smith, 17 points above 30th in the standings. Courtney Lynn is 5 points back of 30th in the standings. Zachary Taylor, 15. Brad Lewis, with his win last week, he is a whopping 37 points back of 30th in the standings. Marty Stevens is 39 points, so he would be a long shot. And then Ben Erickson is... see what the gap is between Ben Erickson, as he has 438. 44 back of 30th in the standings, and then 46 back is Annie Thomas, as Bouvier took the lead. Last week's winner, by the way, our former winner this season, rather. I think we can safely say Annie Thomas will not make the playoffs. I can guarantee you that. Annie Crenshaw's back here at the rear of the field with Brooklyn Carter. Going to be switching it back to the regular UAW Delphi machine for her. Kevin Joseph not where he needs to be. He needs to get going forward. They're nearing 4 wide, right in front of the points leader, J TwoTwo. Senor Sean, who joined me for the Busch race here yesterday at 8 Bowl. Sean Art's another driver. A win for him would put him into the playoffs, as I just knocked over my green cup. Let's actually put my green cup over here so I'm not knocking over things. Hannah Smith, last time by, scored in the 12th position. Hannah Smith came in this race, as I said, 17 points ahead of 30th in the standings, which is the gal in front of her, Betty Johnson. And Zachary Taylor won the season opener this season. Trying to do something he's done. Win the season opener to begin the season. Try to win the final race of the regular season. Right now, Zachary Taylor doing his playoff hopes a lot of good. Courtney Lynn, on the other hand, is running in 20th. The thing for Courtney Lynn is that she's going to have to hope and pray. Drivers ahead of her in points have problems today. As Riley Andersen going to go to the race lead. Riley's another driver. A win for her would put her in the playoffs. Same with Betty Barrett. Barrett came in this race 12th in points. Like I said, she's one of those drivers. A win for her would get her into the playoffs. And we're going to already know we're going to have some former winners that will not make the playoffs, which is a tough break. We are going to have the 2004 schemes for the Cup Series next season. But we're also going to have go or go home qualifying next season. That'll be something we'll keep our eyes on. Cody Smart in the 12, just trying to beat Jacob TwoTwo to win the regular season championship. 16 points separate between Jacob TwoTwo and Cody Smart for the points lead. Right now, Zachary Taylor is looking poised to possibly get himself back in the top 30 in the points to make the playoffs. What he doesn't need is a former winner that is ahead of him in points, like Betty Johnson, Riley Anderson, or Taylor is eliminated. Here comes the 99. Josephine Bouvier. Josephine Bouvier will be back at Roush next season, but not in the 99 machine. Might be replacing Riley Andersen, according to rumors. We're already past the halfway point here in the Boston Lager New England 300. Let me actually go confirm that, if that is the race name. The Sam Adams New England 300, I should say. All 40 cars took the start. Courtney Lynn running in 27. She needs to get to the front quick. Zachary Taylor trying to make sure he gets a good finish. So that way he can make the top 30 in the points table. So if we have a repeat winner and Taylor gets a good run here today, he'll be back in the top 30 in the points just like that. As Bouvier is going to throw the block as we're down to 6 to go here in the regular season finale here at April. Probably the last change we're going to make in the regular season. Next week we're going to be at Chicagoland for all 3 series. Cody Smart, former winner this season. Ben Tennyson, former winner this season. Timmy Turner, if he wins today, he would be in the playoffs, which would be the last thing Zachary Taylor doesn't want to see. Same with Betty Johnson. They do not want to see a former winner or a new winner ahead of them in the points, or they could be out of the playoffs. As Tennyson will take the lead with the help of Betty Barrett, who is also another driver a win would make the playoffs. And is Barrett going to make the move? Yes is the answer. Betty Barrett for the BAM Racing Dodge, racing for her playoff hopes. She will be back with this team next season. She will lead this lap. Can she throw the block on Turner? Yes is the answer. Couple of Pontiac teams will go to Chevrolet next season for the Winston Cup Series. Barrett currently in the lead. Turner in second. If these two win, Zachary Taylor is out. Hannah Smith looks like she's trying to keep her playoff hopes alive with a solid run today. As we're down to 3 laps to go in this race. Barrett knows it's now or never. Choo's running in 12 spots behind Cody. Barrett trying to figure out who to block with 2 to go. Barrett knows a win will put her in the playoffs. Zachary Taylor wins. He's back in the top 30 in points and leapfrogs all of those one-time winners to be a 2-time winner. Riley Andersen pulls out. Barrett's going to block. Barrett is a driver running well in points, 12th in the standings. We're going to take the white flag. Next flag's going to end this race. There's the white. Who's going to win the regular season finale? J TwoTwo lost a lot of ground. Looks like it might be Cody Smart who would win the regular season championship. But it varies on who's going to make the playoffs. Barrett blocks Cody. Betty Barrett, a former 500 winner in the Monster Energy Series. Can she hold off Cody Smart? As we come off of turn number 4 for the final time of the regular season. And Betty Barrett is going to win at the 8 Bowl. And she is going playoff racing. Betty Barrett will be in this season's Winston Cup chase for the championship. Congratulations to everybody at Beth and Tone and 1-800-CALL AT&T Dakota Image Dodge. The question is, who is going to miss out? Standings are official. Cody Smart second. Jerry Harvick third. Zachary Taylor fourth. This is where it's going to get really ugly. As far as who's going to make the playoffs and who's not. Riley Andersen, B Tennyson, Hannah Smith, Todd Montgomery. Todd Montgomery was above 30th in the standings. He is in. Hannah Smith with a good run is in. Turner and Stevens complete the top 10. I think it might be too little too late for Marty Stevens. Annie Thomas 12th. Don't think it's going to be enough. Kevin Joseph was 19th. He was 29th in the points. Where is this going to be? Is he going playoff hunting? I don't know. Courtney Lynn 20th. Is she going playoff hunting? I don't know. J TwoTwo finished in 23rd. That means Cody Smart will win the regular season championship by 5 points over J TwoTwo. But TwoTwo is still going playoff hunting nevertheless. You look on down through the remainder of the finishing results. Ben Ericsson's playoff hopes are done. A Crenshaw did not have a good run today, but the good news is she's high enough in points to make the playoffs, so good for her. But who's going to be in the playoffs besides Betty Barrett, Cody Smart, Jacob TwoTwo and company? We're going to have to find that out the same time as we do. Well, the regular season is done. It's going to be playoff racing next for these drivers. And we're going to start our playoff journey at Chicagoland next week. Please remember to look down the description for the points and reformatted points going into Chicagoland. Congratulations to the 16 drivers that made the playoffs. I'm sorry to the 24 drivers who will not make the playoffs. But if you enjoyed this regular season finale at 8 Bowl, which I made the right decision on that, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We've shown your full finish results. I've given you all the information. You'll see your points, your reformatted points going into next week at Chicagoland. And let the chase for the Winston Cup Series title begins as I've been DeVille signing off. We'll see you next week at Chicago as you've been watching at another broadcast of PCSRA TV, where champions are made since 2010 and 15 years as the best center racing around the world since 2017.